Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Joel Souls here, back again at the speed of light, and welcome to the week 1 battle for the USL, which stands for the United Showdown League. And for week 1, I'm going to face Hero, aka Akira Kurusu, and his YouTube is Knight. So check him out. Link to his channel is in the description down below. And if you want to view the other battles for the USL, not only the YouTube ones but even the other ones, join my Discord. The link to it is in the description down below. And before we begin this video, smash that like button down below, show me that love. Subscribe if you have not already for more fun Pokemon content. Let me know in the comment section down below who do you think is going to be our MVP for the season. And share this video with others so that even others can enjoy the USL. So without any further ado, let me just tell you who I bought and what sets did I bring real quick. So I bought Magiana, which was a choice scarf set. Many people were surprised about it, but I was not really surprised. I thought it did really well against his team. It does really well against his team as well, especially since it's a surprising set and no one really expects it, and it manages to outspeed most of his team with that scarf. So it has Volt Switch for the momentum, Floor Cannon to hit hard, Shadow Ball for the Bronzong, Ice Beam for the Nidoqueen, and Diggersby, even though Floor Cannon does a good amount, but in case I want to click Ice Beam for the Gogeist and stuff like that, mainly the Nidoqueen though, which he did not bring, and also for the Salamence, which he did not bring, because maybe I don't want to click Floor Cannon sometimes because it just lowers your special attack. That's why Ice Beam for Salamence as well. Then I had the Arcanine Legend, um, with it was a defensive set with leftovers, uh, max HP, no wait, not max defense, max HP 200 defense, plus defense and minus special attack nature, and 56 in special defense with roar, morning sun, flare blitz and extreme speed. Flare blitz to generally hit hard, and extreme speed to hit monsters like Tapu Fini, not very hard but just just to do some chip damage. And since he has sweepers like Salamence and Diggersby, which could set up an agility, I didn't want to take a risk. So if they're low, I could straight up click extreme speed and do some good amount of damage. That intermediate helps as well to stop the sweep, since he has monsters like Diggersby, Heracross, and Salamence. That's why I had a defensive Arcanine. Olomomola, once again a defensive wall with Wish, Protect, Waterfall, and Ice Beam. Waterfall to hit generally, Ice Beam to hit the Salamence, Wish and Protect pretty obvious for recovery, and even I can pass the Wish to others, which is really useful. Max HP 220 defense, the rest in special defense, and it's a plus defense minus speed nature because I didn't want to lower the amount of damage Ice Beam does. Then I had Venusaur for the Nidoqueen, a counter. It was max HP, 200 special defense, 48 in defense and 8 in speed. It was my wall, special wall, um, and 8 in speed was if he tried to speed creep with his Heracross, I could try and speed creep his speed creep. That's why I had that on the 8 speed, special defense, defensive, and some defensive investment to handle things like physical inferno. Then I had Azef, Choice Scarf. I was originally planning on bringing Nasty Plot Sweeper. Then I realized I needed something that could outspeed whole of his team, of course, without Scarf. But the only thing, even with Scarf, that outspeeds this Azelf is Swallow, which he did not bring, which I was really scared of. One reason why I bought Scarf on this, because the Boom Burst Choice Spec set just destroys my team. I'm surprised he did not bring it. Anyways, I was happy he did not bring it, and on this I have max speed, timid, max special attack, 4 HP, with U-turn, fire blast, psychic, and dazzling gleam. And you could call the Garchomp set a little questionable, but um, if it works, it just does wonders, and It's a set which not many people expect once again, and it has most of the times worked for me in other leagues, and it is really good, honestly speaking. With substitutes, Swords Dance, Earthquake, and Outrage. Now that Outrage might be questionable, I should have put Firefang, but I decided to go Outrage just cause of Salamence, which he did not even bring, and to hit generally hard, that's why. He brings Mega Heracross, Diggersby, Gorgeist, Bronzong, Tapu Fini, and Infernape. Now before I begin and get into the battle, I just gotta say, I could have prepped way better. Even though I prepped for a long time, I could have prepped way better than what I did. But it is what it is. I did my best because for some reason my brain did not work before the battle as much as it did after the battle. But anyways, let's look who won and let's enjoy and get into this battle. So I lead with Arcanine and he leads with Infernape. My original lead was going to be Azelf, but I decided to go Arcanine just because he might lead with Bronzong. So I just tried and put some damage on Infernape, and so I went for Flare Blitz. It was kind of unexpected, toxic, but he went for it. He had it, I should say. So yeah, I get a crit with the Flare Blitz, which is really good for me because it really weakens the Infernape, and he does not really have any cleric on his team, so that is great news. Infernape only gets lack off, but that was really unexpected. Then after that he decides to switch out. I was going to predict the Tapu Fini, which he did go into, and go into Mega Venusaur, but I decided just to click Extreme Speed because it's the beginning of the game and I don't want to over predict things. So I go for an Extreme Speed, it does almost nothing, and I decided to, without any doubt, just switch into the Mega Venusaur. And then Mega Venusaur comes in, which pretty much walls this thing, and deals with it really nicely. Poison Ivy comes in, he goes for a taunt, and I just go for a I believe I double out. Sorry, I double out. I thought I went for a move, but I double out, predicting the Heracross to come in. I double out into the Arcanine to get the Intimidate off. And here I wanted to go Roar, cause he might try and set up, but I was like, no, he's gonna switch out with that, lower attack stat, but he decides to Mega Evolve and go for a substitute. I was kind of pissed off on myself because I could have gone for a right play, but I decided to change my mind. So I just Mega Evolve, try and break through the sub. I go for a Sludge Bomb, and he goes for a Pin Missile to do the maximum damage possible. Now that does quite a lot, and here at this point I could not take the risk to stay in. So I decided my best play was to go into Magiana because he might predict Arcanine and go for a Rock Blast, or you go for Pin Missile. So the middle ground play was Magiana, the Pokey Princess. So Rock Blast, he goes for it. It does absolutely nothing. And here, it was pretty obvious he's gonna go into Bronzong, not gonna risk his Hercules. So I just straight up Volt Switch to get my momentum going, and I straight up go into my Venusaur. Now you might be thinking this thing was Venusaur. It does, but there was no better Pokemon on which I could get my health back with Synthesis, so I decided to go for it. But we also had Lead Seed on Mega Venusaur. I had Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. I forgot to mention the moves I had on it. So I go for Lead Seed because there was no reason not to go for Lead Seed. He was not going to bring in his Gorgeist. So he goes for Stealth Rocks, which I predicted. It was pretty obvious. I didn't really have Hazard removing on this team, but I didn't really need it because the only Pokemon weak to it was Arcanine, and he had Morning Sun, or it had Morning Sun. I don't really know whether it was a he or she, and he said it. So I bring in Poke Princess, takes the Stealth Rock damage, and let me pause right there. You might be thinking why I did not stay in on Mega Venusaur. That's because he went for Future Sight, and when he went for it, straight up checked how many turns after does it activate. So the turn after I just decided to go Lead Seed, and I knew the future sight was going to activate, so I straight up switched it into the Magiana because I didn't want my Mega Venusaur to take that. It would have done a lot of damage. So I straight up went into Poké Princess to take it, and indeed it takes it well. So, and he switches his Hercules into it, and I just that was just a good situation for me. I decided that last time I predicted him to switch out. This time he might predict me not to switch out, or not to double. He he might predict me to go for a world switch and therefore stay in, and he might think me outspeed me and go for a close combat because he still does not know that I have the charge scarf. Um, but he still switches out. I straight up click the floor cannon because I know it should do a lot of damage to anything but the Bronzong that switches in. So Jack, the god guy, switches in and it does a really good amount to it. My special attack is lowered harshly, which is one downside, but it still hits pretty hard. He goes for Predict. I just tried my luck. I thought it could have killed, so I just clicked it without any calculations. But now at 47 HP, I was pretty sure it was not gonna kill, so I straight up decided to switch out into my Landshark. And he goes for a lead seed, and he misses. How unfortunate, sorry mate, but it's Pokemon. My Landshark is just too skilled, he just dodges everything. I guess sharks are fast. So yeah, I set up a sub because it was pretty obvious he was gonna go for a lead seed now. And I thought I can sleep at this point. I can, so I set up a swatch gun straight up. He brings in his Tapu Fini, which was pretty obvious. Now, according to calcs, I had a good chance of killing this. If you look at the OU defensive set, but it just barely lives. I think I might have gotten a low roll, or I just don't know. According to calcs, it had a good chance of killing, but I guess it is what it is. And Earthquake again, I just decided to get the kill. Then he goes into his Infernape, and let me pause right here. It was kind of surprising. I thought he was gonna go for a close combat. I'm gonna resume it, and he decides to go for Hidden Power Ice, which I was really surprised about. This is where I should pause. Now, everyone was telling me it's obvious. If someone brings in an Infernape on a Garchomp, it's pretty obvious he has a Hidden Power Ice, because possibly close combat would not kill if I had a good amount of defensive investment. And that was the only reason, and I was like, that is true, and I should have really seen that coming and switched out. But I guess it's it's just at that moment I didn't think about it, so it is what it is. He goes for it, improvise, gets the kill. I straight up switch into Poke Princess, cause why not? He knows I'm Scarf now, and anyways, it's the best play. I predict the Bronzong to come in, which is really obvious. I just click the Shadow Ball. He sure did not see it coming. Now here I thought he'll preserve the Bronzong, so I switch out into my Mega Love Disc, predicting the what did I predict? I don't really remember what I was predicting. I think I was predicting the Diggersby or the Infernape. He sets up a light screen, which I was really sad about because that really decreases the amount of damage my Magiana can do. So here I knew he's gonna switch out, so I just decided to wish up. Now I knew Gorgeist, other than Lead Seed, it could not do anything to my Magiana. So I straight up decided to go into Magiana to get its health back. And even if it did go for Lead Seed, I could straight up just Volt Switch out of there. So I get my health back. Here, I thought he's gonna stay in close combat because he might think he lives a floor cannon. I don't know whether he does live it, but anyways, I thought he did have a chance, so I just straight up click Volt Switch. I don't know what's happening with me. Instead of Switch, I'm saying Switch. Anyways, I Volt Switch out of there into my I believe I went into Legend, and that's what I did. Because it was my answer to Bronzong. Now at this point I wanted to stall out the light screen before I killed this, and I was pretty low on health, and once again this is one thing I felt I could set up on. I knew that he had Earthquake, I was 100% sure, but with that Intimidate I knew it would do almost nothing on, or at least really low. That's why I decided to go for Morning Sun, because it gets rid of the light screen, it gives me my health back, and all of the good stuff comes to me. So I decided to go for Morning Sun. There's the toxic damage, and now I straight up decide to Flare Blitz him and get the kill. Okaberry activates, but no use. It just dies pretty much at that health. He switches in his Diggersby, I believe, right now. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, okay. He goes into his hair cross. Uh, Kind of questionable, to be honest. I went for my Flare Blitz because I felt that there was no reason not to go for Flare Blitz. And usually Mega Hair Cross is bulky sweeper, so I thought I would outspeed it, but I did not. Anyways, I straight up clicked Flare Blitz because there was no reason not to. Here, you might be thinking why I sacked it off. That Intimidate could have come in handy, but I really did not want to risk him setting up, because once this thing sets up, it's a beast. Even before it's a beast, but once it sets up, it's behind a sub especially, it's just too difficult to beat. So I did not want to risk it. I just clicked Flare Blitz to just, in case he sets up a sub, just kill it. No reason not to, just being safe there. I switch in my Poke Princess and I click Floor Cannon because there was no reason not to. It kills whatever comes in pretty much. Wait, no. Yeah, that's why I had a long pause. I was like, wait, did I click Floor Cannon? I did not. Actually, I clicked Volt Switch to get the momentum going. Just, I don't know why, but I clicked Volt Switch. I guess I didn't want my special attack to be lowered. Then I go into my Poison Ivy, because it just walls Gorgeist. He protects to see what I'm going to do. I straight up click Sludge Bomb because it's the best play at this point. you know it just hits whatever that comes in pretty hard, so I just decided to go for the Sludge Bomb. No reason not to. He goes into his hair cross. I do a pretty good amount of damage with Sludge Bomb and get the poison, which he said it matters, but I'm not really sure about it. I think I could have won anyways, even if I didn't get the poison, because I had Scarf Azel, which outspeeds everything, and it just destroys his team once weakened a little. And I could straight up the Synthesis even if he went for attack without the poison, and kind of. Wait, no, what am I saying? Anyways, I feel I could have still won even without the poison, and it's a 30% chance. It's like a 10% chance or something. It's a good amount of chance, and I felt that it kind of did matter. Maybe the result, but I don't know. I felt it did not matter as much as he was saying it did. He goes for a return. I just clicked Giga Drain because I thought it would kill. It did not. And just look at this. Just he goes for a return, and that does 53%. Like, what? How can it hit so hard? Like, come on, it's insane. It just did 50% to Magiana, which is resisted, and it has really good defense and HP stats, and it just did that much. And it's just so surprising how it can do that much. I didn't calc this, and I was like, I'll eat it up easily, but it's just insane. I was really surprised right there. It was just insane how hard it can hit. He goes into Jack. I straight up click Ice Beam for the kill. Even if Inferno came in, it does a pretty decent amount. And at that point, I knew ACF just cleans up. So it's literally just clicking. Ice Beam was the best play. He goes into his Infernip. I was kind of seeing that happening, but I kind of saw that happen. That's what I should say. My grammar got messed up. Anyways, he goes for a Fire Blast. I thought I outspeeded, but I did not. It just gets the kill. But at this point, Azelf just swept. I bring in my Azelf, and I wanted to click Psychic, but being the person I am, I misclick and I go for a Fire Blast. And I was like, oh no, I might have just lost this because it's a big mistake, and Fire Blast is an inaccurate move. If it was not an inaccurate move, I would have still won it 100%. But at that point, I was like, oh god, what did I do? What did I do? because it it kind of could have lost me the game, so I decided not to even risk the miss. I just went into Mega Love Disc, the Alumomola, because it can live a hit from uh, Peter the Diggersby, and can wall the Infernape as well. So I just go into this click waterfall for the kill. He brings in the Infernape. It was pretty much sealed at this point, and luckily the Fire Blast Misclick didn't give me the loss. Because if you know my history with misclicks, then you know how much I have lost because of misclicks. Anyways, I win the game. GG, no, re 3-0. And there was some hacks involved, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of did mattered. It kind of mattered, to be honest. But I feel that I could have still gotten the W, even without the hacks. But it did kind of matter, honestly speaking. But anyways, at the end of the day, it's Pokemon, and it is what it is. And I'm happy I won. That's all that matters at the end of the game. Some sportsman once said that, it does not matter like how the game went, who was in possession. What that matters is who won at the end of the day. So I won it. I'm happy. Hopefully you guys are happy as well. 3-0 win for us. We did a pretty good job out there. So guys, hit that like button down below to show me that love. Subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below who do you think is going to be the MVP for us this season. Share this video, make the USL famous. If you want to view the other leagues and the other battles for the USL Yellow League, then just join my Discord. The link to that is in the description down below. Check out my opponent's channel. Link to that is also in the description down below. What's going on with my tongue? Oh my god. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you here. I'm gonna come back next time at 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second. And peace, guys.